Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
Who will eventually become the flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the 2023 gubernatorial elections in Delta State? That is the question on the lips of most Deltans at the moment. This follows the disqualification of Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori last Thursday by Justice Taiwo of the Federal High Court, Abuja. According to the High Court judge, Right Honorable Oborevwori, who won the May 25th gubernatorial PDP primaries in Delta State, is not qualified to contest in the 2023 governorship elections in Delta State. Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori is currently the Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly. He wants to succeed Senator Ifeanyi Okowa as governor of Delta State. To achieve his dream, he contested the PDP governorship primary, which took place in Asaba on the 25th of May 2022. Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori was declared winner after a keenly contested governorship primary which had 13 candidates. He polled a total of 597 votes, while David Edevia came second with 113 votes and Senator James Manager third position with 83 votes. The gubernatorial primary was characterized by a bitter rivalry between former governor of Delta State, Chief James Ibori, and current governor, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa. Olorogu John Nani, a PDP stalwart in Delta State, says the rivalry was normal, but expressed optimism that both political heavyweights will eventually reconcile.
Ibori was supporting Edevia while Okowa was supporting a sheriff. If sheriff won and he's choosing to be the candidate, all we expect is for them to come together because there is a centrifugal force within the umbrella that brings people together. I know full well that they will definitely come together because it will benefit them more coming together to work for the success of the party than being in this array and losing that.
Evidently, the reconciliation between Chief Ibori and Governor Okowa has not happened. Most political observers in Delta State blame Governor Okowa for the inability of the PDP to forge a united house in Delta State. They say Governor Okowa, who is the leader of the party in the state, has operated a winner-takes-all policy and has refused to share power in the state. They point to Governor Okowa's hand-picking of the governorship and deputy governorship candidates of the PDP, making himself vice presidential candidate of the PDP, ensuring that his daughter gets the ticket to contest a House of Assembly seat in Delta State as indications of a man who wants everything just for himself. The continuing disagreement between Governor Okowa and other heavyweights in the party led David Edevia to challenge the victory of Sheriff Oborevwori at a federal high court in Abuja. Amongst the several prayers of David Edevia is a declaration that having supplied false information and submitted dubious or forged credentials/certificates, Sheriff Oborevwori be disqualified from being presented as the PDP's candidate to INEC for next year's gubernatorial election. Presiding Judge Justice Taiwo agreed with Edevia that Oborevwori ought not to be on the ballot for 2023 governorship election for the PDP and granted his prayers. He subsequently disqualified Right Honorable Oborevwori as the Delta State PDP candidate for the 2023 governorship election. However, in a swift response, Right Honorable Oborevwori has approached the appellate court for a possible overturn of the Federal High Court's ruling. In a 9-ground notice of appeal, Oborevwori is asking the appellate court to set aside the judgment given by Justice Taiwo, whom he says misdirected himself in law when he assumed jurisdiction to entertain the claim of Edevia predicated on Section 29, subsection 5 of the Electoral Act 2022 before submission of Oborevwori's name to INEC. Some PDP members in the state say the legal action is nothing but a distraction. Olorogu John Nani, however, disagrees.
This litigation is part of politics. You can always outwit the other person. This is a means, any means you know you can use in getting to power. You use the means.
Jalogo Hosanna Williams and Amechi Ogbisha-Ogbona, both Deltans, expressed regret at the unending rivalry within the PDP in Delta State.
AKUGHA wants to take over from where James stopped. And James is telling AKUGHA, you cannot take over from where I stopped. I am the leader. AKUGHA said, you are the leader yesterday. Today, I am not the leader. That is the controversy going on in Delta State.
Democracy means that everybody is involved in the equation. So since everybody is involved in the equation, it is the best person that must be chosen, whether you have a godfather or not.
In the last 1 year, Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa had taken steps to systematically dismantle the James Ibori political structure in Delta State and erect his own through his political vehicle, the Delta Political Vanguard. This began with the sacking last year of all known loyalists of James Ibori in the state government, including Chief of Staff David Edebie and former Secretary to the state government Chiedu Ebie. The usually quiet and reserved James Ibori, who saw that the carpet was being pulled from under his feet, issued a verbal warning in Delta State a few months ago.
Anybody that is conspiring, anybody that thinks that because I am now a former governor, they want to conspire to disgrace me, God will disgrace them.
In his own reaction to what he describes as regrettable and avoidable political quagmire, pioneer chairman of PDP in Delta State, Senator James Manager, who posted on his verified Facebook handle says, and I quote, "I will not feign ignorance as the party is drowning and dying gradually. If nobody is seeing it, I am seeing it, and I am also feeling it greatly," unquote. Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, who is at the center of the PDP crisis in Delta State, is curiously also at the center of the party's crisis at the national level. As the battle for political supremacy within the PDP rages on in Delta State, the implication is that the party might lose its 23-year hold on governance in the state, thus paving way for an opposition party to claim victory in next year's governorship elections.
Inside the Niger Delta,